Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of City Skylines with me, Yama, and today I've got some more improvements to the city to make, and I wanted to firstly show you this new mod called Move It, which one of my subscribers kindly showed me via Twitter, so thank you so much to Arnie for showing me this. He linked me to a Fresh Popcorn video where he was using this tool, and it's made my life 100 times better, so thank you so much, Arnie, I really appreciate that. So here you can see I'm using it on this pedestrian bridge. So the idea of this mod is that you can click on any of the connection points on a seawall or a quay or a road or a pedestrian highway area, and you can move the piece up and down instead of having to fiddle around all the time, sort of building it over and over again to get it to work. So here you can see I'm using it on a piece of the city which I said I was probably not going to keep how it was. So this pedestrian road I thought just was a bit too much, having it over another road that's already over another road, so it's like roadception. So I decided to have a fiddle with this tool and see what I could do. And I actually found a really nice way of getting this road to go underneath the road, which would have taken me ages to do this before, and it was so quick and easy, and I never would have thought of doing it, to be honest, like this. I would have just put it underground with one of those like tunnel entrances. So thank you so much, Arnie, I really appreciate it, and this is the sort of thing that's going to make this series so much better, so thank you again. So here you can see I'm just adding some extra trees now that we've updated this area, and I don't know if you can hear the music in the background. It's a new song that I got recently and I really like it, so I'm just going to leave you with this for a moment while we just prettify this area. So there's that bit finished, I'm really pleased with that. And the next thing I want to do is these two bridges. Now obviously they need to be deleted. I just rushed them so that the connections were there last time, but obviously I want to do a better job of it now and get it looking good and proper. So I'm just sort of fiddling around, and I know I don't have to make it look good anymore because I've got this new mod. So as long as the pillars are in the right place, then I'm good to go. The other thing I need to check is the road coming in, which is the road on the right hand side, because it's not quite level, so I decide to edit that, delete it and start again, make it a bit more smooth. And I also want a good gradient on the entrance to the bridge. So I want the first pillar of the bridge to be just in the sort of end of the river, and the second to be a similar width away from the shore from the first one. And then I obviously want this second road to mirror that quite similarly. So just editing, try and get this in the right place. Don't have to worry too much about the piece afterwards, just as long as it's not got that extra pillar. So there we go. And now I can just fiddle around with this Move It tool. So to get the Move It tool to work, you just download the mod, obviously turn it on the game, and then you just press M and you can pick a pillar on the road. And it doesn't actually have to be a real pillar, there are just points in the road which you can click on, so that's really good. And it's already vastly improved this bridge, so I'm going to do the other side, and luckily now I can get it to match, so you can see how much of a difference it makes as you're lifting it up or down and just flattening everything out. So I'm really pleased with this. I love the modding community on City Skylines, it's just amazing. So just editing away, and you can also edit roads that are just on the ground. It doesn't have to be a bridge or anything like that, it can just be the road. So you'll see a bit later that I just edit some of the roads to move them up and down slightly. Now I've deleted this quay because obviously now that I've moved the road, it's sticking out slightly and there's like quite a large gap near the hospital. I've just brought that quay in a little bit further so that it tucks into the road slightly more. Meaning obviously there's this extra piece now of land here which I need to do something with, so I just decorate that with trees. So I want to try and get the quay level. At this point I didn't realise that the Move It tool did quays as well, so I'm just doing the normal thing that I would do for a quay, which is raise up the ground before putting it down, but to be honest I didn't need to do that. And I've used this quay to go around the bottom of this bridge, so it looks like the water can't get into the road. Because it's a low down road, obviously you'd need a little bit of protection from the river so that it didn't get flooded or anything. So that'll do for that one. And I've decided not to keep that pedestrian bridge as there are pavements on both of the roads going over already, so it's not really necessary to keep it. So just adding the quay again on this side. The Move It tool is also really good for where the quays and bridges intersect, so you can move the quay down when you're using prop anarchy and road anarchy. And you know how sometimes the quays go through the road and it's a bit of a nightmare to do? Well, that way you can just move the quay down or the road up once you've done it. So then I decided I wanted to decorate this road slightly because it just looks like a bit of a concrete jungle, and I thought it would look nicer going into a city if there's a little bit of scenery. So another tip I saw on some other Skyline videos was using these rocks and using them with the prop line tool. So I've decided to do that, and I've just prettified the entrance to the little bridge under that road, and then I thought I'd go down straight down the middle where the roads go the two separate ways and just sort of make a little division there because no one should be going over anyway, so I thought that would look quite nice and quite realistic. And then I just increased the amount of rocks around this edge here. I really like this effect. I think I'll probably use this again in the city. It just adds a little bit of extra interest. So here you can see I'm using the Move It mod to try and stop the cars from flying. I don't know if you remember, in a couple of episodes ago we had a car flying issue on that little area, so I thought I'd try and resolve it then. And I've also added just a few extra rocks on this area just to give something to look at as people are coming into the city, a bit of a wow factor on the way in. And now I'm using the Move It mod to move these quays slightly. And I'm lifting this one up slightly near the river so that the water can't go over it. And I'm going to decorate the middle area, which I've just done with the rocks, with some palm trees and just a few other little trees here and there, just to add a little bit more greenery. I didn't want to make it too intricate because it is a highway, so you wouldn't really see a lot of people maintaining it, so it just needs to be a very low maintenance area. So yeah, I've just added the rocks and some little palm trees and some bigger palm trees going down the middle. And again, using the Move It tool and just trying to improve this road slightly. Tell you what, this Move It tool has absolutely changed my life. It's amazing. I love it. I've decided to take this wall off the quay because it doesn't like me moving the quay around. So as I'm moving it around, I just thought I'd take it off, and to be honest, it looks okay without it. I might put it back on again later, but not at the moment. So there's that area done. And when it was dark, I noticed that the park I did in the last episode had no lights in it, which obviously wouldn't be very good for people using it at night. So I decided to just go through both of the parks and add some extra little lights in there. And as you can see, there are people moving around on there at night, so I thought it would be a good time to do it. And then I also added some lights down the middle of the highway. And I won't be doing that all the way along, but close to the city I thought it was a good idea. So guys, that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that. Please check out the Move It mod on the Steam Workshop. I'll link it in the description for you. If you've got any ideas or comments, please leave them down below, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks!